Hi. Ooh, dark in here, huh? Let's turn on the light. Let there be light, and let there not be a dehumidifier piping up in a bit to make a lot of noise. Man, I'm frog pantsed out today. That was unintentional. Um, uh, I was recording Tipple Theory, and I was gonna dress like the dude because we were talking about white Russians. And but I don't have many white shirts, and so I end up with dungeon murder. And then I decided to put on my frog pants cap. Hi, how's everybody today? I am September, also known as 9 of 12. I'm gonna not show so much here. Screen adjuster, scissors, sure. Had a very busy morning. I was gonna maybe make scones today on stream, but I think I'm not now. So I am here to teach another neat basic thing that you might not do and can benefit your health and stuff. And I'm gonna bottle a shrub. What's a shrub, you say? How will you put a shrub in the bottle? Are you Roger the Shrubber? No. So I do a podcast called Tipple Theory. We have 3 seasons out already. We're recording the 4th season now, and it is imminently, we'll start releasing those. We just recorded, I don't know, I keep forgetting, the 6th or 7th this season, of this season today. And I do that with my friend Sean Weiland, male_NPC, who has been part of things like Wasted Knowledge. He does panels at Dragon Con. We competed together on America's Next Top Podcaster. And he's been a bartender for a very, very long time. We did some shows for ANTP that were about history and booze and stuff, and decided to make a show out of it. So we've been doing that for a couple seasons. We went through bar basics. We went through different types of alcohol, like kind of dig into the history behind these things. We did a completely NA season. We kind of, in the beginning, started including NA versions of different stuff we talked about, different cocktails. But then last season we did all NA, and then now it's a segment. Now, no matter what we're talking about, we've got to, like, how would you do this NA? Like today we talked about white Russians. So back to why I was trying to find a white shirt. I have a big brown robe. It's a Chewbacca robe, but I was gonna kind of do a dude thing and wear a brown robe for streaming, but then I couldn't find it. So I've had probably not too long a stream today. This macerating for a couple days in the fridge. It is blackberries and a bunch of sugar, probably about 2 cups, and I mashed them up with a fork. And I've got sage in here. My sage was flowering, and blackberry and sage I figured would be a good combo. And I wanted to trim that sage. So they've been macerating in my fridge for a couple of days. I just stir once a day. I pulled out some of the sage because it was getting really strongly sagey. Nice balance now. So what I'm going to do is strain this twice, actually. First, I'm going to use, oh my God, my mic's not working. Is my mic working? Hold on. I gotta, delete some of my audio stuff in my mixer so I can actually see it. Okay, sorry about that. Yes. First, I'm gonna strain it, just flat strain it into a bowl. Then I'm gonna strain it more finely using a cheesecloth and a strainer. I mean, I could do that all at once. I feel like it's gonna be quicker this way to get the big solids out first. I've been doing this for maybe the last year or so, ever since Sean and I really started talking about shrubs to put in cocktails. So a shrub is basically you're making a syrup macerating with whatever fruits and herbs you like with sugar. Um, and then mixing it with vinegar. They're also called drinking vinegars if you wanted to Google and learn more about them. Drinking vinegars or cocktail shrub. So these are really cool additions to a lot of cocktails. It's a great mocktail just with some club soda. Um, to and I've done a lot of different ones. And you can do like lemons or oranges. You can use rosemary. I'm doing blackberry sage. What else have I done? Plum. I was getting a lot of plums when I was going to the food pantry, and they were just super ripe. That's another thing. Like this is a great use for fruit that's like a little overripe because it does macerate super easily and then it doesn't go to waste. I'm trying to remember what herbs I used in the plum. Might have been lavender. Lavender would be good. Blackberry too. But yeah, any kind of herbs and fruit combos you like. And of course, you can find recipes on the internet. And it's an easy thing to do yourself. And then you've got this nice compostable mess here. And then you can use whatever kind of vinegar you like too. Now, why I said, good for you, even though it's a bunch of sugar we're looking at right now. People say, take apple cider vinegar or whatever. It's a prebiotic situation to balance stuff and get some of the mother, which is what makes things ferment into your body. So just gut balancy type stuff. I'm going to use a smaller strainer for this. And I'm going to do it into a bowl again. I'm going to get out my cider vinegar. I'm going to use cider vinegar for this one. I've used white balsamic. I think I did a peach one, and white balsamic was a yummy vinegar to put in that. So anyway, this is like super easy. It sat in the fridge for a few days, and then it you do these strainings and mix it with the vinegar in a bottle, put it in the fridge, shake it every day, and just let it sit like that for a few days. And then you're good to go. Mix it with soda water, add it to a cocktail, like something like a gin and tonic takes this kind of thing really well. Anything with some acidity to it, like that has lemonade or limeade, throw a shrub in there. Any of your vodka cocktails that are actually even just vodka soda, but then put a dash of or a couple ounces of shrub in it. I made these, I think I talked about it before because I did make some for a friend of mine who doesn't drink, who's been sober for years now. And she loved it. Made a couple different ones and gave them to her, and she took them to her weekend with all her friends when they travel and go and do, this whole tiki mocktail situation for their travel. Because I got a bunch of small bottles to separate in like 2 little bottles of it. So this is slowly going through. I'm urging it a little with a chopstick. I should maybe kept that spoon. That was probably a better tool because it won't. That's not a chopstick. That's a metal straw. Good job, September. So while that's dripping and draining through, taking its time, I'm going to open this. I know I showed this the other day on stream. This is a bottle of 1800 cucumber jalapeno tequila that either tonight or tomorrow, I'm not sure, I'm going to be experimenting with making margaritas with, because it sounded like a good idea to me. I've got triple sec. I decided to not spring for Cointreau. Cointreau is expensive. I have a fresh cucumber. I have a fresh jalapeno, depending on how much of those flavors I feel like I want to add to have them really show up in the finished margarita. I do have fresh limes. I got some backup lime juice in case I run out. I put more of this in. It needs gravity to continue. So right now I'm gonna straight up taste this cucumber jalapeno tequila. Tequila Blanco. It says it's infused with cucumber and jalapeno. So natural flavor, so it's probably actually infused, which is good. Yeah, but just to give me an idea, having a taste, so I know where my starting point is as I make up this margarita recipe. So we can talk about that. And for those of you that were here or have seen my video the other day, let's think about that. And I started this etching situation for my friend Lori. This is my baking scraper with my name, Ember's Kitchen, on it. And I started weeding the stencil for Lori's. It would say Lori's Kitchen, but the letters, because her name's longer, were so small. I looked it up. And I can use acrylic nail polish to write her name on there, and then it will hold up to the ferrous chloride, which is the acid I use for metal etching. So I'm going to get one of my tiny paintbrushes that I got for like mini painting to write her name or whatever I want on there. And then I can do the etching, and then after I use the baking soda to neutralize the acid and wash it off, I can use acetone and remove the nail polish, and ta-da! So good to know, for any of you that want to start etching, that's an option to make that easier when your stencil's not behaving. You can kind of use nail polish to fill those bits in. I knew I could do it with the armor etch on glass, but I didn't know for sure with the acid until I Googled it. It's not cooperating with the finer strain very well. That's not true. There's plenty at the bottom. You see? It's working. It's slower than the other strain, of course, but man, if I'd put this in the big strainer, the cheesecloth, we'd be here all day. And you don't have to go this fine with it. You can absolutely let it be a little cloudy and cloudier than anything fancy. I mean, it's homemade after all. This is caught on the. I'm going to lift it to encourage it. Ooh. But it's caught on the little tines that there we go. Gravity. The strainer has on it. Funny, it's going through the cheesecloth and then still having trouble with the strainer, but you know. Mistake my cutting board. Oh no. Guys, it's delicious. I feel like I overdid taking out sage. I was so worried about overpowering it. So, and I keep doing that with the shrubs, and then I end up with it not as herby as I want. But when I label it, I definitely put which herb is in that shrub on the bottle, so that when I'm making cocktails, I don't do something like add a different herb that wouldn't go as well, or whatever. Because you can take it away early on, but you can't take it out at the end. So I figure I'd like this sage herb, but I definitely erred on the right side with some caution, because I can always just stick a fresh sage leaf or muddle one in a cocktail or mocktail I make with this shrub. Okay, do I remember the proportions? Oh no, I don't. Um, let's Google that. I don't want to look it up, and I don't want to on my paper. Somebody texted me. I wonder who it was. 1 to 1 to 1, right? So, sugar, fruit, 1 to 1, and then the vinegar is 1 to 1. But I'm gonna go 1 to 1 with this liquid, I think, because I didn't actually measure all of that. A reminder for my Juneteenth meeting tomorrow. Cool. How is everyone today? Is everyone good? All right, let's continue while that drips. It's not far from done. And then I'll measure with this tasting the cucumber and jalapeno tequila. It smells sweet to me, and it shouldn't. I guess I don't think about tequila as sweet, and it technically is because it's made from agave. I'm going to make an agave simple to make these margaritas. And I might stream tomorrow if you guys are interested. Let me know. Go to Discord. Let me know if you're interested in more drinky content. I mean, it goes with, one of my shows I have that you can find at 9of12.com. We've got honeysuckle coming in. Okay. I'm not getting a lot of cucumber or jalapeno. I have some not flavored tequila in here somewhere. I'm thinking I need to taste it next to it because I'm missing something here. All the shot glasses I never used, and I'm not bringing them out for a tasting like an idiot. I'm getting the cucumber at the end, like after I drink it. So I'm going to want to add cucumber. I want to add my lime juice. Lime will bring it out a little bit, but not much. But I feel like I'm going to add one because I really want the cucumber flavor to come out. Okay. Plain blue agave white tequila. That's Cuervo Especial, little bottle we've got. Has some sweetness, but not as much. So it must be coming from the cucumber. I'm not getting jalapeno, which is really weird. Like, It's not spicy, and I was really concerned about tasting it for the spice level to see if it had any, and it has none. But I'm not getting much jalapeno flavor either. So it's a good thing I got fresh jalapenos, because yeah, the cucumber comes through, but not jalapeno at all. That's okay, because I have jalapeno. I might want to get more. And I have a cucumber, so I could add more so that it comes through in the margarita, which was like my whole excited inspiration in getting the infused tequila. I thought that would be a great idea, because I love a jalapeno margarita. So I'll not be filming that, but so I'll if you follow Tipple Theory, we are doing a margarita episode this season, and I'll be talking about it there. So that'll be out in probably a couple months. Because I'll be recording that episode next Friday. And oh yeah, the sage is definitely in there. I was worried about nothing. All right. So let's see how much of this we have. I'll drain that last little bit over that tequila and drink it that way, huh? Prop this up on something. There we go. Okay. That's taste tested. That's taste tested. How much syrup do we have from our maceration? Approximately half a something. Great. Let's go this way. 250 milliliters. Oh, half a pint. There we go. Cool. So, here's a good, I'm not going to trust this, even though it's a cool little beakery looking measuring cup. I'm going to use my funnel. Now, I might need more apple cider vinegar than this. I'm going to pour it down the sides, get it all up. Same thing, rinse this out. Oh, I splashed vinegar all over my leg. Fantastic. I'm going to have to get cleaned up for it. I plan to go out tonight, and no one wants to smell like vinegar. I got it on my clothes. Messy. Okay, so definitely shy. And I do want to go 1-to-1. And I've got another bottle of cider vinegar. Cool. And the other stuff, I just got yesterday. I feel a little better about this one anyway, because that one I was just pouring from was a cheaper Great Value brand, and this is some organic stuff I got at Aldi that you can actually see the mother in. So, always check your apple cider vinegar for ingredients, by the way, on top of everything else. Check it for being 5%. Instead of diluted further than that, in case you want to pickle with it so you don't have to worry about safety. But also, check that it's apple cider vinegar because some brands have just coloring in it. I swear to God, it's like distilled white vinegar with caramel color, and they're calling it apple cider vinegar. I'm not sure how they're getting away with that. So there we go. This bottle, by the way, is just a. It came from, yeah, Artisan Limonade, France. This is like a sparkly lemonade you can get at Aldi. And then I keep the bottles. Take the label off. So look how pretty it is. Another nifty little homemade thing you can do. To dress up your drinks, impress your friends, make really special looking homemade base for mocktails and cocktails if you just want to look up shrub recipes and recipes for drinks with shrubs. I actually, before Sean talked to me about them, I did see I've got some kind of bartending in the garden book or something that has had recipes for shrubs in it, and I was like, "What is this?" We'll probably talk a lot about them next season. This season we still have a lot of episodes to go, but we're doing individual cocktails. Next season we're going to talk about different mixers, and I know we'll be highlighting stuff like this. So next step is next couple days I'll go in the fridge and I'll just shake it up a little, and then it's Friday, so like by Monday it'll be good to start mixing it into stuff, and it lasts a while. Like it's a high sugar content, just like a simple syrup, so it can like last for months in your fridge. And what else? I may stream tomorrow if the honeysuckle blossoms. Another thing I really like to do is make simple syrups that are flavored for doing cocktails and mocktails, and you can do other stuff with it, like if you make a honey simple and put whatever kind of flowers you like in it, roses or jasmine, you can do stuff like make a baklava and use that for your simple syrup or honey component. But I stepped outside last night and I could smell the honeysuckle, and it grows all along my front fence. I'm looking out right now. I see a lot of like blackberry flowers, but I don't see a lot of the honeysuckle popping yet. Some of the smaller vines next to the driveway are. So sometime in the next couple days, those are going to be where I can run out and gather a whole bunch of honeysuckle and make a simple syrup. So if that happens tomorrow, I might pop in and show you how to make a honeysuckle simple syrup. Go ahead and make the agave simple while I'm at it, because I mean I've got 2 burners on my little burner gadget here, and then maybe we'll try. Depending on the time of day, I got some of that blackberry maceration on my Pepsi. Not the worst. By the way, this diet prebiotic Pepsi is pretty okay. I find having prebiotics, even though all these sodas, most of them just have some inulin in them, it's really helping me stay regular, which is really important. My doctor actually gave me a thumbs up. I was at the gastroenterologist the other day because I have another colonoscopy coming up because I'm old and prone. So anyway, yeah, just a quick little stream. I want to do more than one a week. I try to. And yeah, good to see you. Keep in touch. Pop in the Discord. And I look forward to cooking with you soon. Should I raid somebody? I don't think I have any viewers. Can't hurt though, right? / raid. Kanara's on. She's gaming or Legoing or something, but she's not instead of cooking, but may as well try. Is it / raid or is it bang raid? I don't even know what I'm doing. I can't tell. It doesn't tell me what's going on. The stream manager is not always the brightest bulb. Oh, she's playing mouse PI for hire. And I guess the raid doesn't work. And I only got one bag of that to try, and I don't remember what my notes said. Okay, let's save our game. That sucks. Well, if you don't follow Kanara, follow Kanara. Find out. She's been very encouraging to me as I've started this process. She really did help convince me that I could do this on my dining room table with a burner, and she was right. So, anywho, I'm gonna go. Love you, bye.